Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to ORL round number 5 here at Imola. And for the first time this season, and what feels like forever, I'm joined by the GOAT himself, J-Man in the comms box.
Well, that's a very humbling introduction, thank you. It's very good to be back here on a Sunday afternoon for some Tier 2 action. Missed it for the last few weeks, but good to be back and with you here this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm quite excited because I haven't really commentated with you and last season, so should be quite exciting, and I think a lot of people will be happy to see you back as well.
Yeah, and looking forward to doing it as well. Now, I'd like to provide some context to the race here for you, Lindsay, if you don't mind. I'll just run you through some standings that we've got here. So, after 4 races this season, we've got Drifts in the lead on 63. Not racing today, though, for Alfa Romeo, so could hurt him a little bit. And then 5 points behind Sparks with a big opportunity today. We know he had a great start last season as well, but then just dropped off a cliff towards the end, so he'll be looking to get out in front today. It's a great opportunity for him. Third is McNuggets. Is he in the lobby today? Yes, he is. In third, just 7 points behind Sparks. Then we got a little bit further back, DXmond and Milan, and then Mickey and Kizzy. Some traditional, well-known Div 2 names there, Lindsay. So it's all wide open, the championship at the moment. No dominance like we saw from Vipermon last season. And it's going to be exciting to see what happens today.
Yeah, it's been extremely close, and I think someone who you might be quite proud of as a driver you developed last season, also having some great results. Milan, obviously now in my team this season, but you were a big reason that he got his name set into the Div 2 grid as a contender, so I think you'd be a bit happy to see that he's still doing well.
Yeah, very happy to see that he's going well. Obviously, he had a fair share of incidents early on last season. I think he was on the verge of being kicked out of Div 2, but I think really his partnership with of Noah, currently my Div 1 driver, was really a major factor in causing an improvement for him. So yeah, he's turned it around and he's got some really good pace as well. So I'm glad to see his performance. Hopefully he has a good race again today.
Yeah, obviously I hope so, as is TP. But speaking about your team, Funny Duck, your driver, is on his first flying lap and he's through Sector 2. So as he heads through Aqua Minerale, how do you think he will set himself up?
Well, I've got 2 reserves running for Aston Martin today, so both my usual drivers unfortunately out. We'll see if Funny Duck and I believe Sandy's racing for us today as well, so hopefully they can have some good points contribution to the team as Funny Duck makes his way towards the final couple corners here. Quite tricky here, got to make sure you keep it inside the track limits. He does that, conservative there. And now just open up the DRS, short run to the line, 1:19.9. I'm sure that'll be knocked off pretty quickly.
Yeah, and right behind him though, Mr. Frosty beginning a flying lap in the Haas, so I'll keep you updated on who's setting provisional pole as they finish their first flying laps, but in the meantime, Frosty through Sector 1 had a nice little run through the first chicane, now just flick the car in and look at the speed you can carry through that corner. Spicy goes with a 19.0 up into provisional pole. I'm sure that'll be knocked off quite quickly too. Frosty pushing the limits here through Sector 1, looking quite nice and tidy, so he'll just be looking to finish the lap. There we go, a more representative lap time, 1 minute 16.7. Milan does a 16.4, sets himself provisional pole in that Alfa Romeo, as Frosty through Aqua Minerale, getting to the apex nicely. Gets a bit of a moment as Bastos AMB goes P4, Type N TJ in the Williams going P3. Sparks now one-upping Milan with a very nice time there, 15.8 provisional pole. So that is now your target to chase, and I don't know anybody else who will topple that time in their first runs. Phoenix, though, does,
there we go,
by 7/10, just as I say it, in the Ferrari provisional pole. Are we going to see a 14 here? I dare say we will later on in this race, as Frosty to the line, 1 minute 15.4, goes P2, just about topping Zonix and Spark. Zonix is in P3 now, so nice little first run of laps for a lot of drivers, and I think there's more to come.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to note is just the incredible development of some of these Div 2 drivers from last game to this game. Obviously, Frosty probably hasn't had the start to the season he would have wanted, but the likes of Phoenix, Sonic, Spark, just incredible improvement. I feel like the great racing that we saw last season in Tier 2 has really helped them develop, trying to chase down Vipemon, obviously just a class above everyone else. But yeah, it's just some incredible improvement. I'm not sure if you agree with me or not, but I think it's just been fantastic to watch.
I would completely agree. Like the likes of Sparks, obviously chasing his teammate. They got teammate of the season, I believe, and pairing of the season. And Sparks is definitely trying to now develop off that last season and have an even better run. And I also know, because I've helped him out a little bit, he's also developing his ability to run less assists. And I know quite a lot of other drivers are doing that as well. And just their pace is just genuinely improving. And it's really good to see. Because that's what Div 2 is all about, really. It's improving.
Yeah, yeah, it's been really good to see. I think ORL probably has one of the best Div 2s I've seen in any league, to be honest. Just really good racing, quality's high. In the meantime, DXman goes 7th fastest in the Ferrari. Hudman went 5th fastest in the Alpha Tauri. He's got a bit of pace about him. He's just a reserve at the moment, though.
Do you want to run through Kizzy's lap? He's just about to head into turn 1.
Yeah, we'll have a look at Kizzy. Another one of those drivers who's shown great improvement over the past few months and looked quite comfortable through the first couple corners there, making his way through now. That looks pretty clean also. Raced against him in Imola a couple weeks ago. I can't remember what league it was in, but he was showing some excellent pace and looking to do so today. Purple in Sector 1, not sure if that's correct or not, but we will see as he flies through the technical Sector 2 here, turns in nicely, keeps it in the track. Just playing it probably a little bit more conservatively early on in qualifying for the banker lap. It's his first one of the day. Towards the chicane now, takes plenty of curb. Looks pretty solid through there though. And now making his way towards the end of the lap, looking at pretty solid. Not quick enough probably to get Phoenix's lap at this stage. And now makes his way, look pretty clean through there as well. Very clean lap from Kizzy here. And he'll cross the line now and deliver a 1:15.6, good enough for 5th in this early stage.
Yep, so that was a very solid run there for Kizzy, and that'll be him happy with that. There's a lot of drivers now coming up for their second runs, including both of the Astons and Milan, all out on their out laps. And I think Sandy is about to begin a lap. Yep, so we go on board with Sandy in the Aston Martin. Just had a bit of a moment there. DRS Open, let's see what top speed he hits. Imola's a bit of a mixed track with top speed. Some people like higher downforce, and I think Sandy's gone for that lower downforce. Down to 4th. Oh, you disconnected, German?
Yeah, all good.
I'll check in a bit. There we go. Anyway, Sandy through the hairpin. Purple in Sector 1, I don't think that's representative though. As already down to 60% on the battery, down to 5th gear on the throttle, up the gears now into Aqua Minerale. Flat out through that right, but then on the brakes, hit the curb a bit too early and it hooked their car in probably a bit too much, more than they would have liked. As now, heading into this fast chicane, you've got to really abuse the curb here. Even in an F1 car, you can't even take more than that if you go to the likes of another category like GT, but we're in F1 today, and still taking a lot of curb. Sandy now, flat out around this right, braking then at about 70 metres, 60 metres, depending on how confident you are. Back on the throttle, just a little dab of the brakes at the final corner, get the car rotated, get a good exit. Zonix gets a 5-place grid penalty for collision with Phoenix, so that is huge in the scheme of this race. Sandy goes P13, and Milan a 10th.5 up, heading through the final 2 corners here. Lifting off, decent final corner, but invalidates on the run to the line and now dashes into the pits. Not ideal, but he still has one more run left in qualifying.
Yeah, that'll hurt. Unfortunate was it Zonix with the 5-place grid penalty there, so not sure exactly how that's taken place, but he'll be looking for probably a high qualifying spot, so that could cost him later on in the session. Phoenix is just rolling on the grass here. Not sure what's happened there.
I'm not sure. As Frosty to the line, DRS Open. Goes provisional pole, beats Phoenix's time, but Phoenix is about to go for another lap. You can take that one if you want.
Very nice from Frosty there to snatch provisional pole. As I mentioned before, only the 10 points for Frosty P14 in the standings. He got all 10 of those points in the last race in Canada, actually, so he's made up for it a little bit. And Phoenix has looked very good on his first lap. We'll see if he can reciprocate that as he makes his way through the first sector once again here, using all the width of the track, a little bit slow through the first part. Down a 10th, can be recovered though. If he can make it work through the second and third sectors here. Yellow flags galore all over the track at the moment. As Phoenix now flying through the swooping right-hander here. Goes a little bit wide. Yep, that's an invalidate. Just mistimed that one a little bit there. He does have another chance. And that's all it takes here at Imola. One little mistake. The track limits can be very painful around here.
Yeah, so unfortunate there for Phoenix, but we'll go to Sparks now in that Red Bull. 4th gear through turn 1, short shift up to 5th gear, get the power down. You've got to have a lot of confidence to get the power down through that left-hander, as the car is gripping to the floor, but the wheels do like to spin up. Sparks taking a very nice line there, pushing to the limit, up a 10th and a half on his time. That'll move him up the grid 1 spot. As of right now, he'll improve even more over the course of the lap, I assume, with the track being even better than it was on his first lap. As down to 5th gear, get the car tipped in, back on the power. Look at Sparks, he's absolutely pushing the limit here. He might try to beat Frosty, obviously, but will he be able to do it is the question I think I'm asking. As through Aqua Minerale, down to 4th gear, gets the rotation, picks up a little bit of a slipstream from the Haas, 2 tenths up through the chicane. Purple in sector 2, I don't know how representative that is, as up the gears now, 6th gear, 7th gear. I don't think he quite get to 8th gear. No, Sparks does get into 8th gear, is now braking at 65 meters. Get the car tipped in 3rd gear, and now just a lift down to 3rd, around the final corner, up to 4th. What's the lap time going to be? This is a lap and a half. It's going to be a 1 minute 14.8 provisional pole. That was a lap, and we could see it from the start.
That was magnificent to watch. He just looked so smooth through every corner there, Spark. And he's 2 tenths clear of Frosty. There's still 5 minutes to go. It's going to be not easy to beat that one from Spark, and he's showing why he's second in the championship at the moment.
Yeah, Sparks has been a contender since the start, but Kizzy beats him.
Oh, there goes Kizzy.
And Kizzy still has time out of that final corner. He had a massive snap of oversteer, a massive tank slap, but probably lost him about 2 tenths. So, Kizzy will be happy with that one.
We know Kizzy's got pace as well. We're talking up Sparks with that great lap. Kizzy must have been on fire. Not sure if Mickey's going to go for another one here. No, he's not. Phoenix just doing some lawn mowing again there. I'm not sure if anyone's on a lap. Maybe McNuggies is setting up for one.
Probably. So we'll go to...
Oh, he's invalidated.
Oh, he invalidated. Fun.
Or even started the lap.
Bastos is about to begin a lap.
Fire Strike's on one. Let's just have a quick look at that one. We'll give him a bit of love. The Haas driver from last season. Although that looks no good. He was a fair way down in the first sector, so doesn't look like many. The chances of improving are high here. Yep, he's already given up on that one.
Yeah.
And everyone's just waiting around now, I think, for their final attempts.
Yeah, final runs in qualifying, you normally want to leave it with about 3 minutes left if you really want to try set an optimal lap. I normally tend to leave a little bit earlier to try avoid traffic, but that obviously does cost me in qualifying, so a lot of these Div 2 drivers who really want to set pole and try run away with it will wait until the last possible split moment to try go through and set pole. But with the pace that's already on display, how easy is it going to be to set pole, do you think?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough from here. There's been some great laps already. One thing I would like to mention is the field spread is pretty close for this stage early on in the season. I think which is impressive to see. Not sure what happened there. Did the standings just change? Kizzy's now 6th. Not sure if there's a glitch of some sort.
Do you mean on the game?
Yeah.
Oh, for me it still shows Kizzy on pole.
Yeah, okay. No worries. We'll just ignore that one. But yeah. So the field spread quite closely. So this could shape up to a very exciting race, and it's be interesting to see if anyone can put a good lap together at the end. I've seen a lot of occasions where people struggle to improve on that last run just because of all the pressure that's associated with it. We'll see if anyone can stand up though.
Yeah, obviously the last lap, I think we've seen some absolutely legendary laps here in Div 2, but it's either... I think it's common to see in Div 2, you either see an absolutely legendary lap from one of the drivers that they really just couldn't do any better, or you see them just absolutely just not get it right, and they're all over the place because of the pressure. So, will we see one of those Lewis Hamilton Singapore 2018 laps, or will we see a incompleted masterpiece like a Max Verstappen 2021 Jeddah?
It's going to be interesting to see here. We'll see who's closest to starting their lap. It looks like Spark, although he's just having a bit of a roll on the grass. A few drivers have been doing that today. I'm not sure where they've learnt it from.
I don't know what's that about. I think maybe letting people through, but they're not actually on flying laps or something. Anyway, I'll let you take Spark's lap because I got to take it last time.
Spark, the first of the leaders to give us his final lap of the afternoon here, and we'll see what he can do. He set a cracking lap earlier, just a few minutes ago, but he's going to have to do even better if he wants that pole position. Turns in, look relatively clean through there, and now flying along towards the end of Sector 1 here, and turns in quite nicely there, holding it together. Just using the track absolutely beautifully. Turns in nicely once again. We'll see what kind of time he comes up with here. I actually didn't get that first sector time. But anyway, here he goes. Flying along through the second sector here. Looking pretty comfortable at this stage. He's going to need to push hard though. And he's nailed that once again. Oh no, he hasn't. He's invalidated. That could hurt Spark there. That's a big shame for him. So now it's up to the other drivers to try and catch him.
Yeah, so that's disappointing for Sparks. He definitely could have been in the run for pole, and meanwhile, provisional pole setter Kizzy is already a 10th up on his time, and he still has that little tank slapper I was talking about through the final corner. So this could definitely be Kizzy's lap of dreams, as he's heading into the final two corners now. So flat out round here, hard on the brakes at the 65 metre point. Hold it through the left, and now just a little lift. He accidentally hits the sausage curb though, runs out wide. That'll lose him more time than his little tank slapper earlier did. Will he improve? No, he doesn't. He goes a 10th and a half down. Frosty up on his time. Just began his flying lap at the last possible moment. Hudman up into P2.
Oh.
Massive lap there from the AlphaTauri driver. But Frosty and Phoenix both on laps. Phoenix though to the line, a 10th and a half up. Where will this put him grid-wise? It's going to put him P5, he must have had a shocking final sector there.
Just looking at Milan rating the final corner now as well. What's he going to come up with? Only good enough for 9th for Milan.
So not great there. Sparks is up on his time as well, but I'm looking at Frosty as he's coming around the final two corners. Then we'll move back to Sparks. Mickey in the AlphaTauri finally decides to show up. It's been a couple of races. He hasn't really had any strong showings yet.
Here goes Frosty though. Can he reply? Oh no.
P5, Spark's pushing hard, 3/10 up. Spark is 3/10 up as he rounds the final corner. He gets a good exit there, but it was a bit because he's out of fuel. Oh no!
That would have been one of the all-time great laps there from Spark, because not only did he run out of fuel, he also had no ERS for that lap. So, but just ran out at the end. That's a big shame. Was he on for pole? We'll never know, I guess. But Mickey takes pole position. What a lap from him. Kizzy second and Hudman third. The AlphaTauri's having a good qualifying session, and they needed to as well, because just looking at where they are in the championship at the moment, they are 6th in the Constructors. So important for them, but exciting qualifying there.
Yeah, Mickey out of absolutely nowhere. He's been meaning to show up since, the start of last season. He's had that pace lingering in the background ever since he won that championship 2 seasons ago. but he just hasn't been able to turn up. And I think now we're going to see he might start to show up a little bit more this season, but that is only qualifying, so we'll have to see how his race pace goes. But without him being stuck towards the back because of a poor qualifying, we'll see where he can slingshot himself from there.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's going to be a great battle off the line between Mickey and Kizzy. They're very close in terms of pace and performance. Spark back in fourth, who will be a little bit disappointed with that. He had a chance at pole today. We'll see if he can come through the field, but I am very excited to see how this race goes.
Yeah, this is going to be close. Your top three, Mickey, Kizzy, Hudman, and then even down to... Just look how close the field spread is, truly. The top five only separated by 2/10. That whole top five fight, even down into the top 8, will be close. So, seeing as you're back this race, I'll let you take the lights, because it's been a while since we've had you take the lights.
It's very kind of you. No formation lap, I'm assuming here.
Yeah, no formation lap.
Just going straight into it.
Yeah.
So we got Mickey on pole, Kizzy second, Hudman third. I'm in a car. Okay.
Oh yeah, because you're entering the race. So maybe it's best if I take the lights.
Yeah, maybe you should take the start on this occasion. I'll just quickly retire when I can, or maybe I should just race and see if I can smoke everyone from P20.
Oh, it's happened to me a few times. It happened to me in OPSL Prem Tier Hungary, and I accidentally caused an incident as the commentator.
If I retire on the track, that wouldn't cause anything, would it?
It might cause a safety car.
Should I just retire in the pits then? Should I do a lap?
Yeah, do a lap, mate. I'll make sure to flame you as much as possible. As anyway, we come to 5 red lights here for the Imola Grand Prix in Tier 2. And it's lights out. And away we go. J-Man, you actually got a sort of rocket ship start there. But anyway, Mickey got a bad start. And Kizzy up into P1. Mickey getting absolutely swamped by his teammate too now up into P2. Sparks pulls off alongside. There's a massive crash. Zonix and Phoenix both out of the race. And that is a red flag.
Oh my god, I'm looking at this right now. This is absolutely nuts. What has happened? Yep, red flag, you're right. Holy moly. What a start to this race. Sonics and Phoenix. I got an interesting perspective from the back there. I just see debris flying absolutely all over the place. And we're going to line them up again, Lindsay. What has happened there?
I saw very minimal of what just happened. Pretty much what happened was Zonix and Phoenix just, I assume, made contact, and I just saw Zonix's car go flying across the track. And I've just gotten a DM from Spark saying everyone is desynced.
Yeah, it looked a bit weird from my perspective.
So
I just saw a few cars taking off into the distance.
Yeah, I've been told to restart the lobby.
I think we might have to restart the race.
Yeah. At Tier 2. Oh, we're coming to the lights again, but we need to restart, so... Red flag, everybody leave. I'll start up a new lobby. Well that's not ideal, is it?
Alright, well, I won't be driving this time.
Yeah, luckily. You got off to an absolute rocket ship start. I saw you just pull out to the middle.
That must have been desync for you, because I didn't take off when the lights went out.
For me, you like split up the middle and then went like 4 wide with some cars at the back.
Yeah, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Just a bit of an ego boost to me there. Just, you know, I'll overtake 10 cars into turn 1. Just to spice it up a little bit.
Your season 1 Div 1 champion needed a bit of an ego boost, guys.
Yeah, I just wanted to take on some Tier 2 drivers. Oh well, that's a bit unfortunate, but we move on.
Alrighty, so I need to load the lobby settings again then. Load settings. I just load that and then rules and flags. Safety car standard. Flags that. Simulation settings. And then assist restrictions, anti-lock brakes enable, traction control, full dynamic racing only, automatic is so that's fine. Track select, Imola. Weather and time of day. Midday, clear weather. Alrighty, I'll send you an invite so you can help me get drivers back into the lobby.
Yep.
There you are. Alrighty. Well, that's definitely not ideal, to say the least.
You've got the starting grid.
I don't have the whole starting grid. I have the top 14 or 15.
That's right, I'll have it.
Okay. Sandy.
Zonic's had a 5 place. Does that mean he starts 12th? Yeah, it does.
I'm getting like a billion pings and I have no idea where from. I'm just getting like a billion ping noises. McNuggies. Milan. I saw a 5-strike join already. Frosty. Spark. Kizzy. Phoenix. Mickey. Spicy. DX-Men. PS Bomber. And Zonix. I'm gonna need your help to invite everyone else who hasn't joined.
Who do you need?
I'm not sure, just whoever hasn't joined.
Help me if everyone picks their team so I can tell.
Oh, we just love EA, don't we? EA is just definitely the greatest company of all time. So we have 16 in. Who are we missing? We're missing
Sandy.
I have a feeling the people we are missing are people who are still lapping around the track thinking they're the greatest people of all time as they're smashing the 40 AI. There we go, Sandy's in the lobby. Oh yeah, I need to turn off quality. Good spot there from Phoenix. Who was P2? Kizzy?
Kizzy. Do you want to read it out for you?
Yeah.
Mickey, Kizzy, Hudman, top 3.
Yeah. And
Then Spark.
Who isn't? Oh yeah, no, he isn't Lobby. Spark,
Then,
and
then Frosty. Then Phoenix.
Yep.
Then PS Bomber.
That was actually a pretty good result from PS Bomber.
Yeah, it was. Then Dead Hate.
Yep.
Then Milan.
Yep.
McNuggies.
Mm-hmm.
Taipan TJ.
Yep.
Zonix.
Yep.
DXmond.
Where's DXmond? DXmond
He's
isn't
not
in
in
the
the race.
lobby. Why isn't he joining? I've sent him an invite. DXmond. Can you re-invite him? Since he hasn't joined off my one.
Yeah, I invited him as well. Yeah, he's in. So DXmond.
So DXmond after Zonix?
Yep.
Yep.
Then Lolai scored.
Yep.
Then Sandy.
Yep.
Then Bastos.
Yep.
Then Firestrike. Then Spicy. And I don't know where Funny Duck is, if he's still racing. So you got the grid?
Yep, I've set up that grid, and I'll just ping Funny Duck.
His name's Red something, I think. Red Tracer.
His Wi-Fi went down. He said Zonix is claiming his grid penalty is a glitch, but we'll just leave it how it was. Because I don't want to be messing around with the grid or anything. Alrighty. Tier 2 drivers, let's get underway again, and you can take the lights. Seeing as you're not going to be in a car this time. This should be exciting then. A little curveball thrown into the mix there. Knocked a couple of drivers off focus maybe, so that could make things interesting.
Yeah, we'll see.
People should hopefully remember their setup, so I'm going to put that into the chat. Alrighty, so we're about to get underway, and J-Man, you ready for the lights?
Here we go. We can finally get underway in Imola. And the lights are on, the lights are out. And off we go, and great start from Kizzy, straight into the lead. Terrible start from Mickey, he's already been passed by his teammate Hudman. And now Frosty and Sparks pushing from behind, and Sparks massive crash with
again.
Phoenix!
Again,
and that's a red flag again, there's three retirements.
Oh, no.
DX with a 5-second time penalty. Sparks put into the pit wall and crashing with Phoenix. He nearly went over the top of him there. That was an enormous accident. And this time, no doubt about that one, that's definitely a red flag. And Phoenix the victim once again on the restart.
You wanna know what's funny? The crash that Phoenix had with Sparks is the exact same one that he had with Zonix with the DC.
Yeah,
and
that is absolutely crazy.
Oh my.
What are the odds of that happening?
That was a huge crash.
So 3 DNFs. I didn't catch the other driver who DNF'd, but we're down to 16 now, I believe, or 15 only. Lights are coming on once again. Kizzy from pole this time, 100 in second, Mickey down in third, and we should be underway once again. And I believe there's a couple drive-throughs, and away we go. Great start for Hudman. What is going on?
What has happened? I think it gave us another red flag instantly off the light.
Still cleaning up the debris.
Oh my word. And there's another desync.
Is it an infinite glitch, is it? Is
Yep,
what I'm
yes.
hearing, potentially?
Yep. And there's more desync too.
Alright, let's turn off the red flags, I reckon.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
So are we starting from after the after that start?
No, because there was desync on the start again.
Was there?
Yeah. I've been told to fix my league.
We've got the lights coming on again here.
Oh, what a great game.
So, was there any? So there was a problem off the start as well, like
Yeah.
the first start.
Yeah. The game
sure?
I've been told that.
Yeah.
It seems like activating red flags just doesn't agree with the game, which is not fun. Why can't EA make anything right? Because we got Div 1 in what? Well, we still got ages till Div 1, but we don't want to be cutting really close.
Do we want to shorten it?
Yeah, I think we might have to do a 35%.
To 35?
Yeah. 35 would make more sense. Golden flags. Red flags off. But I think because we're turning red flags off to throw a curveball in, we could run an increased safety kill.
No. Standard. There's going to be enough anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. And then midday, sunny.
Being told to not shorten it.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to just so, like, yeah. It's just... We won't run into Div 1, but we don't want to run super close to Div 1. Alright, I've got everything set up again. I've got an invite. I'll invite you first again, and then... Oh, this game...
So 30, we're happy with a 35%, Lindsay?
Yeah, we're running 75%. I don't need to turn off quality. I sent you an invite. Hopefully you got it.
Yeah.
My word, EA either makes a game that doesn't work and drives badly, or they make a game that doubly so doesn't work, but it drives well. Who would have known?
Yeah. Some people.
Frosty. Spark. Kizzy. Phoenix. My prediction is we're going to lose a few drivers on this restart. Because I have a feeling a lot of people will just not want to do another restart.
Yeah, we'll see.
Spicy DXmans.
So red flags off this time. You got it?
Yeah, just double check that it is off. It's off on my end. Is it off on your end? If you go into the settings, just to make sure we don't have any sort of bullshittery.
In a sec, I'll just invite everyone back.
Make sure to select spectator, by the way.
Yep, copy. Qualifying off.
Yeah. Alright, so we've got... Yeah. And then we need to do the grid again. So who's the one person we're missing?
We are missing... Williams.
Which one? Spicy.
Yeah.
So we had... What was it? Fuck. Mickey P1. And then we had... Kizzy P2, Hodman P3, Sparks P4, and then... I don't remember from there. What was like P5, 6, 7 and stuff?
Oh yeah, you want me the order? Yep, hang on, give me 2 secs. So Mickey, Kizzy, Hudman, Spark, Frosty, Phoenix. You got those?
Hudman, Spark, Frosty, Phoenix.
Yeah. And it goes PS Bomber.
Phoenix, PS Bomber.
Dead Heat. Then Milan.
And
then McNuggies, Taipan, TJ.
And TJ. And then Bastos.
Then Zonix.
Oh, Zonix.
Then DXmond.
Yeah.
Then Lolo scored.
Mm-hmm.
And Sandy.
Yeah.
Then Bastos.
Then Fire Strike. And then
Fire Strike and Spicy.
Okay, now we're ready up again.
Let's do it. Right, third time's the charm.
Yeah, no red flags this time. You know, who knows? Yeah, you're gonna have 4 runs through the lights, was it? Because we
Well, this is
had.
my third, personally.
Oh yeah, third.
Well, actually, only my second, because
Oh yeah, because
there's
the other
instant
red
red
flag.
flag.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a third run. Alrighty.
Might have to edit a video so people could actually go back on this video and watch it.
Yeah, because we.
Alright.
I'm just reminding everyone to remember their setup so we don't have someone double locking up and straight lining at turn 1 because they're only a 63 brake bias from the default setup.
Yeah, fair enough.
Aren't you a default setup user yourself?
Not anymore, because it very much hurts in this game. Much more so than the last one.
Yeah. That's one thing, as a controller player, you changing the brake bias over the course of a lap must be quite difficult, because you got to use your D-pad, but the finger your D-pad uses is the same one as you drive with, so...
Yeah, it's not easy.
Anyway, for third time's a charm for you, here we go.
Here we go. AlphaTauri of Mickey on pole, Kizzy alongside. Kizzy's gotten past a couple times already. We'll see if he can do it once again. The lights are out. And off we go, and it's a safety car.
Lovely game! Oh my god, just...
That's one way for Mickey to hang on to the lead.
We're not restarting again because this happened last season in Mexico and we didn't restart, so we're not restarting now.
That's alright, it means we'll have a more normal start than usual.
Yeah, less carnage, which is good and bad, because the carnage would have been cool to see, but... Mickey gets a rolling start, so he won't lose the lead instantly, because, let's be honest, Mickey is being pretty horrible at the standing starts.
Happy days for Mickey at the moment, so he'll be sleeping a little bit more comfortably at the moment. All the top 11 are on softs. Then Zonix, Dexman, Lola scored, and Bastos on the mediums. So the softs are the preferred way to go in this shortened race. We'll see if the safety car comes in instantly, or if they'll do another lap after this one.
Hopefully should be in this lap, but honestly, I don't even know anymore. So
just to run you through the order again. We got Mickey, then Kizzy, Hudman in third, Spark, Frosty, Phoenix, PS Bomber, Dead Heat, McNuggies and Milan for the top 10. So we'll see how they all go this afternoon.
Yeah, it will be interesting. As the safety car doesn't appear to be in this lap, which is really annoying. But, we move, you know, it happens, Hopefully the safety car just doesn't stay out permanently like it did in an hour of a career mode race that I saw, about when the game launched.
Yep, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Imola and its safety car bugs as well, because literally, like, every time I've done an Imola League race, or seen an Imola League race, or an Imola in a career mode of any sort of YouTubers, there's just always a safety car glitch, or just a glitch. Imola just does not like the game.
Just having to think strategically here, would it be possible to run hards to the end of the race from here?
Yeah, possible. It's definitely possible.
Because I don't think it'd be the most outrageous idea for someone maybe a bit lower down the order to just come in straight away, whack on some hard tyres, and see if they can make their way up the order, potentially.
But then you've also got to account for how much faster the softs are, and if they are a slower driver, how much faster the cars around them are. The double whammy, they would be able to pull a pit stop anyway, most likely.
Yeah, well, we will see. Here we go off the start here. If the safety car's not coming in this lap, then I'm just going to give up, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll just go to sleep, have a nap. Ugh.
Mickey really putting some good work into those new soft tyres there.
Yeah, not something you want to be doing. You just want to hold the brake and the throttle at the same time, and your tyres go instantly up to 90, so it's just giving his softs unnecessary tyre wear.
Yeah, tyre temp has been a bit easier in this game to control, I'd say. It hasn't been as much of an issue, and we are going to get racing finally.
Yeah, it's a miracle. Hopefully,
the
no
start is now
tests.
in the hands of our good friend Rapid Mickey here. Phoenix doing his classic moving alongside as under the safety car as he always does.
You're not allowed to do that though, so.
Yep, borderline illegal.
Yeah, if anybody wants to report that, he would get himself a nice little 5-second time penalty. To be fair.
Here goes Mickey. When's he gonna go? Rounding the final corner. He's still going to hold it, just taking his time, making Kizzy wait, and off he goes. And he gets a great launch, does Mickey. Kizzy, no chance of passing him there, but looking a little bit further down the field, wheel to wheel is PS Bomber and Dead Heat. Dead Heat coming in early here, and he's going to try and take the place off him, and he does. Nice move from Dead Heat down the straight. Reacted very well to the safety car, and down into turn one. Kizzy takes the lead over Mickey. Great move there by the McLaren. He absolutely flew down the straight there, did Kizzy. And now Hudman alongside his teammate, and through Hudman goes Mickey down into third, even under the safety car restart. He was just lost.
Oh, there's a massive incident! Zonix and...
Oh, what's happened at the back?
Zonix and Firestrike, was it? No, Lola Squad had a massive incident. And they both made contact and went flying off into the gravel. And I thought I saw an end plate come off the house.
Yeah, wow. So Zonix gone from bad to worse from in the 5-second grid penalty. Look at Hudman chasing down Kizzy. He's got some real speed, absolutely burning the ERS. Down to the chicane, lifts early there. And does alright there, does Hudman. Just about 4/10 behind. Mickey's already falling off. He's had a terrible start. And now Sparks is on the back of him as well. Hudman, can he get past Kizzy down this straight? The DRS not open yet. Oh, Kizzy, not a great exit there. Just gives Hudman some opportunity here, and he's going to go around the outside. Hudman in the Alpha Tauri, looking to take the lead. Kizzy not going away. He's going to stick with him. And they're just dragging it out, but Hudman gets into the lead from third place, and Sparks might be able to get to the podium places. Not quite. Kizzy might have another go at Hudman. Looks like he's going to hold on for the moment, though. What a move.
Yeah, I think Hudman's trying to play the team game there, though, because he's absolutely wasted his battery. Now Kizzy will try to get past, and I think his goal is to now defend and help his teammate catch up.
Meanwhile, down the inside. Ooh. Still going. He's keeping the nose in there, but Mickey just able to hold him off there. Nicely done.
Yeah, there's back down the field. There's a big string of cars, but none of them really going side by side, so just keeping it safe.
Oh, round goes Spark in the Red Bull. Believe he was making a move on Mickey there, and that hurts for him. He had a great qualifying, and now down into 16th place. That is going to hurt Spark there. He's going to have some work to do. Not sure what happened exactly.
He will be fuming. Meanwhile, DXman versus PS Bomber through the chicane. Through goes Type N TJ, though. He's done a little through goes Hamilton moment there at the Imola chicane. And I'm actually going to go on board with Milan, because if he can get a good exit compared to Dead Heat, he might be able to go for a move, but he's had an absolute shocker. So I'll take that out of the equation. DXman, though, got back past on Type N TJ.
Is he taking the lead back off Hudman in the meantime?
Yep, so the battle for the lead keeps going on. I did commentate over Prem T OPSL Imola a couple of weeks ago, and this was what happened. It was just switching and switching and switching with the DRS, because that's just what the leaders typically do, just to lose minimal amounts of time. And then in the dying stages of the race, as Zonix gets a nice little triple switch back there through the first chicane on Bastos, the leaders just like to swap and not lose that much time. And then in the last couple of laps, that's when they really start to try go for the win.
Yeah, so Hudman has really burnt his ARS, so if Kizzy plays this right, gets a nice lap in, and starts to draw away from Hudman. He should be able to maintain that lead. But what an exit from Hudman here. He's looking to go down the inside of the chicane, but just decides against it there. Lifts off early once again. We saw a similar situation before. Not a great chicane for Hudman there, though. He's lost a bit of time. And Mickey not really gaining on this pair too much. He's 1.5 behind. So even though setting pole, doesn't look like he's got the race pace to contend with the two up front at the moment. Can Hudman make a move down this straight? I think he might be too far back. Oh, he does have the DRS though. DRS was enabled on the last lap. And now Hudman's flying along. No ERS. But it doesn't look like it's going to matter here. He's going to go to the outside of Kizzy this time. Can Kizzy defend? No. And Hudman gets back through. Nicely done, as you said, swapping positions between the leaders once again.
Yeah, as back down the battle for the points in P10, Type and TJ just got through on PS Bomber. PS Bomber doesn't seem to have any sort of straight line speed, at least compared to that Williams. That Williams is flying along right now. And now he needs to catch back up to DXman. And meanwhile, DXman, speaking of him, Milan goes slowly, and there we go, DXman through on Milan. As Milan making a bit of a mistake and not having the race he would have thought he would have here at Imola, but maybe he's just not good at Imola. It happens.
Mickey is pushing really hard to catch up to the front pair. Frosty's just sort of riding his coattails, letting Mickey drag him along a little bit. And Frosty does look like he has a little bit more pace in him as well. And he would love a good result today after the start of the season he's had. Kizzy a little bit further back from Hudman than he has been. Frosty, let's see if he can potentially make a move here on Mickey as well. Mickey right on the edge of the track there. And Kizzy might be a little bit too far back. He's burning the ARS. And Milan is out. What's happened?
And that's a safety car. Safety car.
He's just off on the left side of the track there in the last corner. That's not a natural spot to crash. I think he might have had an incident there with DXman potentially.
So
safety car now
ideal. Out. That saved Lola Scored though. Lola Scored was about to get lapped. So
yeah, so that is big for him. He could be back in the race. Are we going to see drivers come into the pits here? And we have seen Firestrike, Sparks, and Spicy.
Yeah, Spark comes onto a set of mediums. The mediums can make the end. They have very similar tyre life to the hards this F1 game. Spicy goes on the mediums also.
That safety car is going to be handy for Sparks. It's going to bring him back into the frame a little bit. And we'll see what the leaders do here as they come around the track. It looks like pretty much everyone's going to come into the pits. We don't know if another safety car may or may not happen here. We'll see if anyone can maybe jump a position or two.
It will be interesting to see, but yeah, I think the biggest winner from this will be Sparks.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Milan out of the race.
So here we go, the leaders, just quickly. Will any of the leaders come into the pits? Hudman dives in, Kizzy dives in, Mickey will double stack. That'll be close there with the AlphaTauri pit lane. Frosty comes in, Phoenix comes in, both the Mercedes come in. That's going to be, yeah, you can see Dead Heat tactically slowing down, so he doesn't.
Yeah, that's what Mickey did as well. Backed up the pack a little bit. Is it going to hurt him? Let's see the pit stop for AlphaTauri. Mickey turns in and he's waiting just a little bit. Is it going to cost him against Frosty? Frosty comes out and he's ahead of Mickey into 5th position. And wow, that was big undercut in the pits there. Unfortunately, the double stack just costs him a little bit as DXman and Zonix don't pit and take the leading 2 positions in the race.
Yep, so that'll be interesting. Obviously, DXman has a lot of raw pace, and obviously they're 2 drivers that started on the medium tyre, so that would definitely be why. DXman will now be under the pump though to try pull away on a set of mediums that are older than everybody else's, and he'll still need to pit for the softs. And does he have the time to catch up though in a 35% race? That'll be close.
We'll see. 14 laps remain. What will DXman and Zonix do out front is the interesting question here. Yeah, Spark maybe realised he was on the wrong tyres. I'm not sure what he's changed onto. Those mediums again.
Just probably a fresh set, trying to make sure his tyres are as soft as possible, but that's really strange considering he's got to catch the safety car.
Yeah, he only just got out in front of Volley, scored as well by 6/10. The safety car should stay out another lap, I believe, and I think it will.
Yep, so maybe Sparks wanting that fresher tyre, because obviously his tyres were going to be a lap older than everybody else's before that, so maybe just
Volley
a bit
scored,
of
interestingly, staying out in those 6-lap mediums too, so not sure how that's going to go.
It'll definitely be something to keep an eye on, as we'll just quickly go to the tyres. So obviously the front two haven't pitted, Zonix and DXman, they have a lot of work to do. It'll be interesting to see how they go. Then everybody else up and down the field is on fresh tyres until you get to Lolai scored. And three people on the hard tyres. You have Bastos on the hard tyre, Dead Heat on the hard tyre, and Frosty on the hard tyre. Is that a good strategy choice? They're quite similarly paced, but I think the mediums will be the better option because they still have that little bit of an edge on pace, and their life will definitely make the end.
Yeah. Might be a slight advantage later on, but I think for the majority of the race, the mediums will have a little bit more pace than the hards. So mediums definitely better in this situation. DXman and Zonix in the lead at the moment. They'll just be looking to make their cars as wide as possible and just hope that something happens behind them, because otherwise they could get swallowed up by the pack pretty quickly. So this will either make or break their race at this safety car restart for DXman and Zonix here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch, but honestly, I think the strategy call was wrong from DXman or Zonix. Even though I was just going on about how the hards aren't going to be the greatest option, it would have been better than DXman and Zonix staying out on the mediums, I think. But we'll have to see, obviously. Anything can change, and obviously there's the chance for another safety car.
Yeah, the best situation for them would be a late safety car. They can get on to the softs. So that's what they'll be hoping for. And the safety car should be coming in. Everyone's now caught up. Just Sandy and Firestrike with some penalties. Sandy, I believe, got a 3-second, and Firestrike for speeding in the pit lane. So Hudman in the net lead of the race here. He'll be looking to clear these two with ease. Hopefully Kizzy doesn't get him in the process, is what he'll be thinking. Yeah, DXman, it's all in the hands of the restart.
Zonix and DXman. Zonix has no wing. Oh, he has no end plate.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we really have to. That might force Zonix's hand there.
He might have to go
could make the job a bit easier for Hudman, and that's going to be annoying for DXman because now he has no one to help him defend against the new tyre runners. Into the pits comes Zonix. He'll be dead last when he comes out. The restart now underway. And Hudman flying along. Is he going to be able to get him into turn one? Not quite. Has a quick look behind, and
Dead Heat and Type and TJ went side by side. PS Bomber as well also did put a little bit of pressure there on Bastos, but Bastos made a mistake and dropped back into Mr. Firestrike's clutches. As, yeah, not a lot of battling going on. As I say that, McNuggies tries to go up the inside of Phoenix and can't quite get that move done, but back to the lead of the race. Hudman all over the back of DXman there. Those medium tyres of DXman aren't looking good at all, as through Aqua Minerale, DXman already having to defend at a corner that I've never seen a driver have to defend at before, as the battery on for Hudman. Will he go down the inside at the chicane? He's gaining on DXman, not going to be close enough. He's going to have to wait until they get to the straight. Moving back a little bit, Frosty is also trying to pressure Kizzy, and Mickey down in P5 will be looking to make up a little bit of time after the double stack lost in the position there. As Hudman on the inside at the second last corner, Hudman beaches himself on the curb, and DXman lives to fight another day. But down the straight here, Hudman with the battery and with the ERS enable, I already said that, with the slipstream, gets right around the outside as they go through turn one. Kizzy there also might get through on DXman. Kizzy goes right around the outside at the chicane. They're going to go side by side. DXman backs out and just knows that's not his race to fight. As meanwhile, Phoenix and Mickey side by side. Phoenix is going to get through on Mickey. Mickey's going to get swallowed up by the rest of the grid too. He's getting swallowed up by the two Mercedes. Dead Heat, will he got the inside? No, Dead Heat knows that's not his place, as on those hard tyres doesn't have that superior grip. As
down
Mickey,
the inside goes Frosty as well into third position. Nice move there. Phoenix and McNuggies battling it out too. And Phoenix just hangs on to that fifth place. So Kizzy, very good for him. Didn't lose any time from DXman there, and he's right on the back of Hudman. So that battle for the lead will continue as we hit the halfway mark in this race as well.
Ooh, there's two drivers going side by side at Aqua Minerale. I think it was Mickey and one of the Ferraris, or one of the Mercedes and one of the Ferraris, but they live just about. So a lot of good racing up and down the field here, especially towards that top 8 area.
Yeah, it's getting really tight between 9th and about 4th at the moment. DXman has got his teammate nipping at his heels in Phoenix. McNuggy's also getting a bit interested behind him. Mickey has got some good pace behind McNuggy's here, and we'll see if he's going to be able to fly through. Where's he going to pick, the outside or the inside? And Phoenix has gone off the track there, picks up a penalty on the straight. That's highly unusual, and that might have just disencouraged Mickey from making a move there. And terrible exit from Phoenix. He's had a horrible couple of corners there. McNuggies has an opportunity to get through, and he does. Nicely done. Took advantage of a little mistake there by Phoenix, and now Mickey is going to try and follow suit here.
Yeah, and just quickly, someone to look at and keep an eye out for. Sparks already back up into the points and is about to join the back of this huge pack that's all fighting. This could be good points for him if he can catch up and start to pick his way through, but he doesn't have a lot of battery to do so.
Yeah, gee, look how close they're all getting here. Looking at the perspective of Taipan TJ, and off goes Mickey off the track. Dead Heat and Taipan TJ both going to be able to get through on him here. Mickey just making a few little mistakes here in this race that are costing him big time. He started on pole, now he's in 9th, 8 positions lost, and that is going to hurt. And now McNuggy's chasing after DXman with those ever-worsening medium tyres. He's just trying to hang out for a safety car of some sort here, but it doesn't look like it's coming at this stage. And now with the DRS, this should be an easy move for McNuggies. We'll have a quick look for Kizzy. Kizzy, look how fast he's going for the lead. Absolute pace down the straight. Hudman couldn't do anything about it. Kizzy back into the lead once again. Hudman with a great slipstream down here, though. I don't think he's going to go for the move. No, he's not. Great racing there all around.
Yep, as just quickly, DXman about to drop back into the clutch of his teammates, and he won't want to let his teammate by, but I think it's the right thing to do. Is there we go, Phoenix up the inside on his teammate. Now he needs to defend from the Mercedes. Oh, I scored though. DNF'd. If that's a safety car, DXman is saved.
That is very convenient for DXman. I'm not sure if he's going to be, he'll be ahead of Zonix actually. So I don't think he's going to get past anyone. DXman, but he will have those fresh tyres. It might be a bit too early for softs, or is it?
I think softs would be around 70%, if not in the puncture territory at the end, but if he wants to make it work, he could, but I think mediums will be a better option. But he's already in mediums, so he can't pitch to the same compound tyre.
Didn't say what happened. It was somewhere in Sector 1. I think he dropped it by himself. And this is where the penalties, Lindsay, can hurt a bit. Phoenix has got one, Spark has got one, and PS Bomber and Firestrike, both the Alpines. So it's really important to just keep it inside the track for moments like this. In comes Kizzy into the pits.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that Kizzy in? Yeah, it is.
Ambitious strategy from him. Is he going to go onto the softs? We'll have a look.
Yes, he is.
Softs coming onto that car, and DXman will follow suit. So... and so does Dead Heat. So DXman actually will win out of this because a lot of cars have decided they want to chuck on some new tyres, and it's going to be an interesting race to the end. Will there be enough time for Kizzy to catch up to Hudman again?
And yeah, that'll definitely be interesting. But then again, you've also got to look at Frosty and Hudman also fighting. Mickey's down P5, but he'll have a ton of soft runners chomping at the bit to try to get past him. And Taipan TJ in that Williams actually having a very solid result for the moment.
Yeah, good stuff from him. He's, as soon as we say, he's just dropped about 3 places. I don't know what happened there.
I think he's
down in
backwards. 8th. He might have tabbed out of his game on PC. If you tab out, you have, you lag back a little bit and he might have tabbed out.
Alright, so the top 3 now, Hudman, Frosty and McNuggies. The new tyre runners start from 11th with Kizzy. And we'll see. He's got to make up 10 places to get to Hudman. Yeah. He wouldn't mind a bit of carnage in front of him as well to help him on his way.
Just quickly, you've got to throw this out here. Frosty on a nice set of hards. Hudman though on on an old set of mediums, obviously same lap, but the tyre wear difference would be insane. And on a safety car restart with a few laps to go, does this remind you of anything, J-Man? Thinking Japan.
Yeah, it might.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yep, Japan. That was a funny old race. That one, that safety car restart. But I feel like Hudman's smart enough not to spin on the restart.
Oh. Yeah. But,
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So what we've got here. So the hards will they will be at a better tyre wear. Is Hudman going to be fast enough to keep Frosty behind? It's going to be interesting off the restart here. We will see. The Williams have had a good race as well, actually. They've come up into the points, as you mentioned. They started pretty low down the order.
So, Spicy, just quickly, obviously, he didn't pit for fresh tyres, but he's in the points, and that's impressive considering where Spicy's been previously. And he's not lagging about for once, at least not right now.
Yep, so we've seen this situation happen many times before, the split between the old and the new tyres. In this situation, I think it's probably better to be... You probably prefer to be in Hudman's position than Kizzy's, because it's just going to be that much harder to work through all those cars. He's got only 7 laps to do it. Kizzy's going to have to overtake more than one car a lap to be able to get him, and also have the pace to catch. So he's going to need to hope for maybe another safety car or a few incidents to... if he wants to win this race.
Yeah, just an interesting note for the championship. So, Sparks was looking set to take the lead of the championship this race, but right now he's been outside the points consistently or not getting 7 points. He has to get well and truly up through the field if he wants to take the lead of this championship. Who was in P3 though? McNuggies.
Yeah, that does set up McNuggies, who is in P3, in the race and in the championship. Yeah, he's only 7 behind Sparks, and 12 behind Drift. So if he gets 12 points, which he at the moment is getting 15, he will take the lead.
Yeah,
safety car coming in.
Yeah, so Hudman taking the restart, and when will he go? He hasn't taken a restart yet in this race. He's on a bit of an older set of mediums. He's backing up the field, and he's bolted, and he's gotten an absolutely brilliant restart here. And McNuggies and Frosty are fighting side by side already as they're about to head into turn 1 with the slipstream and the ERS. McNuggies will pull alongside potentially. No, he accidentally beaches it on the curb. Moving further back down the grid though. Kizzy looking to make some moves. Sandy also getting a bit hit by his teammate. And Sandy has hit his teammate off the track. That's teammate to teammate contact. That is opposite of what you'd normally want to see. Kizzy dropping backwards as Sparks already up into the points. So that's the restart he would have wanted if he wants to take this championship lead.
DXman with a beautiful restart. In the meantime, around the outside he goes with Taipan TJ. DXman right in this race. He got past Kizzy, and now he's gotten past 3 medium tyre runners already. He's into 7th. He's at the prime restart. Kizzy down to the 13th. Couldn't have gone worse for him. Just to note, Sandy is supposed to be driving for Aston Martin, so not proper teammate contact there. DX makes up another place into 6 as well, and he's chasing down Mickey. Look at the speed he's got on those soft tyres, burning the ERS. Is he going to make a move into the chicane on Mickey? Just holds off for the moment. The adrenaline would be pumping at the moment. Hudman pulls out 2 seconds to Frosty in the meantime. He's got some work to do, but DXman absolutely flying along.
As just quickly, big in this race, Spark now has a 3-second time penalty, so he will drop back a few positions as of right now. As Fire Strike off into the gravel as well, up the back there. Hopefully he doesn't rejoin into anyone, as he's still in the gravel. Spicy just had a massive moment, and there we go.
DXman on Mickey now, down the straight, into 5th position. McNuggies gets past Frosty as well. They're wheel to wheel, and they go off the track. Frosty off the track, still holds the place. Phoenix right behind them. It's going to turn into a 4-car battle. DXman gets past Phoenix. Now going to have a go at Frosty around the outside, and they make contact. But they're both alright. Frosty goes off the track. DXman, in his effort to get through, just bangs wheels with Frosty, and into 4th position he goes. And now, look at the exit speed for DXman. Can he make it stick this time without any contact? There's been a yellow flag, someone's off. And, DXman couldn't quite get through, but he is fighting hard. Hudman pulls 4 seconds. That's going to be crucial for the end of this race.
Yeah,
DXman
does damage. DXman does damage. No end plate on his the right side of his car, and there's a yellow flag in Sector 2 and Sector 3. Dead Heat did spin earlier in Sector 1 as well.
Does that spell the end for DXman's pursuit of the win here? He's still having a go at Frosty. He's all over the back of him. Even with the damage, the soft tyres have the speed here. And Kizzy up into 7th, so his run's not over yet. But Hudman's just loving every moment of this. He's just slowly pulling further and further away. The DRS enabled, but not for DXman down this straight. Can he get past? He's got no ERS left.
Kizzy is going for a move on Phoenix. Sorry to cut you off there. And he gets up into P6. If he can catch Mickey, that could be big, considering where we saw him go to the back at the restart.
Yeah, good stuff for Kizzy. Kizzy just behind this massive battle. Mickey's starting to catch a little bit. He's had a nice little recovery back into 5th position, and he's right on the back of DXman. The damage really hurting him through the corners. He's going to go for it down the inside on Frosty. And has he got him? It's close. Wheel to wheel still. It looks like DXman got the advantage. Frosty still coming back at him, burning that ARS. He wants that podium place, Frosty. And he switches back on DXman, and he gets back into 3rd. Is DXman got anything in the arsenal to fight back with? Doesn't look like on this occasion. Frosty with some great racecraft, and it's still going on here, right at the back. Kizzy's on this, on the case as well here. DXman has to stick behind. That damage really going to hurt him. Kizzy, and they both go off the track here.
Oh no, there's a massive crash at the back. Phoenix and Zonix on around.
Phoenix is around, and and off the track goes Frosty. It had a bit of a moment. It looks alright though, and it's getting close here. The DRS is open, and here goes Kizzy on DXman. This is the move he was looking for, and they're wheel to wheel here, but DXman just has a little bit more straight line speed. Here he comes on Frosty, absolutely flying along. Kizzy has a chance as well around the outside. Frosty just turns him off, and Kizzy spins him round, and they both go round. Kizzy and Frosty, aggressive defending from Frosty, and Kizzy is, oh my goodness, what's happened there? Kizzy's race is ruined. DXman takes P3, 3 laps to go. Unbelievable.
And Sparks is in P6, so that would give him the lead of the championship. Even after penalties, I still believe he finishes in 7th place, which oh no, that isn't enough. I don't think that is that 6 points or 7 points.
I'm not 100% sure. I think McNuggies is going to take the lead at the moment with the 18 points that he gets.
Yeah, I think so.
And he's looking pretty comfortable. DXman trying to chase him down, but
Ooh,
his tyres must be hurting. And mistake from McNuggies as well. So down to 6/10 between DXman and McNuggies. So he could take 2nd place on the road here. Spark getting past PS Bomber into 5th, so he's flying along too. And Hudman now 6 seconds clear of 2nd. So he's in a good position. The DRS open for DXman. Does he have enough? Oh, look at the way he's flying down this straight. He's got the straight line speed into 2nd. He goes on the grass. He gets through. And McNuggies almost runs into the back of him, but it's all right. 3 laps still to go here. Mickey in range for a 3rd place here. That would be a good recovery from him. PS Bomber on the back of Sparks as well, and Bastos not far behind.
Yeah, Bastos is going to pick up a really good result here, just from penalties, I think. So playing the no penalties game, I think, is what he's doing. As Mickey's going to pick up a podium as it stands, but he's got 1.5 seconds to McNuggies.
Oh,
DXman just got a 3 second. So
now on track for 2nd, and this is a genuine battle for position now between these two.
Yeah, as this could be quite close. There's only 2 laps to go left in this race. I think Hudman has this in the bag unless he makes any sort of mistakes, like Milan at Canada. And
here goes McNuggies having a go into the last corner. Oh, he does go for it, and he's got the move done, it looks like. Into 2nd place he goes. DXman's going to come back at him though. Look at the pace he's got. McNuggies has the DRS though. Will this help him hang on to the position? DXman has a straight line speed, but it's not going to be enough with that DRS. It looks like he's still trying to make a move. McNuggies hangs on to 2nd. Nicely done there. Great little move into the 2nd last corner and gets a DRS.
DXman does have a run. Will he go up the inside? No, he won't. As PS Bomber out of this race. That is a crash. I don't know how or why. Yeah, he's
just
off to the side
turn 1 there.
So that is not great for him. As Spark in provisional P6 right now, so I think because McNuggies will drop back 1 position, will Sparks get the lead of the championship? I'm not sure.
We'll do that. Do the maths in a minute. Sandy gets past Phoenix. No, Phoenix back through on Sandy, and another penalty for Sparks.
But Phoenix is still outside that window.
That could hurt him. And now Mickey gets past DXman in a third, so he must have done something, made a mistake there. And Mickey only 1.2 behind. He looks in prime position to take P2, and this could be an AlphaTauri 1-2 here for their team, who are currently 6th in the Constructors. Would be a huge points haul. He goes off onto the gravel, though. Lets DXman back in and could lose a little bit of time to McNuggies in the meantime, as we're on the final lap of the race. DXman, I expect to fly through here with that DRS, and does, but can he stay within range?
Yeah, that is the question we're going to ask. Mickey needs to push now. Of all times it needs to push, he needs to push like it was his qualifying lap that put him on pole. He can secure an AlphaTauri 1-2. So that would be massive for AlphaTauri in the Constructors. Zonix moves up into P11, but that's not the battle we're watching here. Mickey is the battle we're wanting to watch. Mickey versus DXman, technically versus McNuggies as well. When you look at the penalty distance, Mickey needs to keep pushing. He's all over the back of DXman. DXman has no front wing end plate, and he's getting understeer. So that is hurting him, and those softs are definitely going off too.
Yeah, we'll just look to the front quickly. Hudman Scott started in third in this race, and just did it beautifully all race long. Got past Kizzy and Mickey, his teammate, and now, after a dominant performance, is going to cross the line and win in Imola. Great race for Hudman Scott. As we look back quickly, is Mickey going to take second? McNuggy's going to cross the line second on the road, and he gets it, followed by DXman. Mickey jumps into second. It's a 1-2 for AlphaTauri. A great result for that team. Mickey, after starting on pole, a great comeback. Bastos up into 5th place. Sparks in 6th. Over the line comes Phoenix, and then Frosty. Kizzy up into 7th. Nice little recovery at the end. Phoenix 8th. Zonix up into 9th. Frosty 10th to finish out the points. But what a race for AlphaTauri. Mickey with a great comeback, but well done Hudman. Just dominant all day long.
Yeah, obviously he did have some challenges earlier in the race, but just after that restart, he just pulled away, and it just turned into a league of his own. So that was definitely an interesting end to the race. A couple of incidents there, but I think we've got to do... J-Man, you're always good at the quick math when it comes to the standings. Will you be able to figure out quickly who takes the championship lead? Will it be Sparks or McNuggies?
Yep, I will have a look at the moment. So McNuggies gets 15 points, which moves him to 66. Sparks gets 8, which moves him to, you guessed it, 66. It's all square at the top of the table. Spark and McNuggies 66 each, with Drifts on 63. So 3 points separate the top 3. How exciting is that?
This is a very close championship fight, as it's turning out to be. And definitely complete opposite to what we saw last season, with Vicamon just gapping the championship. Kia was attempting to do that, but he got himself grounded, so unlucky, is all I have to say.
What a race we saw today. Big for the championship. It's getting a bit tight up top, which is what we love to see. Great battle.
Yep, so that was your Tier 2 Imola Grand Prix interviews. I nearly forgot interviews. As, let's go... ORL, we gotta move to the comms VC, J-Man. Where is the comms VC? There. Alrighty. So, what was it? Hudson, and then Mickey, and then McNuggies. Join Paddock VC. So we will get interviews here in a second, hopefully. So there's Hudson. Oh, he disconnected. Fun. You know what, we'll just move to Paddock v CJ, man.
Yeah.
McNuggets in here. Hudson needs to rejoin Paddock. Mickey said he doesn't know, so I'll just say join Paddock. There we go. And I'll just ask Mickey to try. I'll just say just try. Alrighty, so we'll start with P3 McNuggets. J-Man, do you want to take McNuggets interview?
Yeah, g'day, mate. Well done today.
Thank you.
Started relatively low on the grid, came back for P3, and you've tied for the lead for the championship today. So how does that feel?
Feels fucking good. Yeah, it was just shocking. Couldn't really get anything at the start, but then came up out of nowhere.
Yeah, very nicely done today. Just talk us through what the mindset was in that race. Obviously, a lot of restarts going on. So how are you able to stay focused throughout the race?
I was just thinking, wait for them to make a mistake or wait for the DRS, and I will easily get past. Sometimes I had to do a late move, but it's racing, you know? Nothing you can do about it.
Fair enough. Lindsay, you got anything?
Not really, just a solid race, good job. And
Thank you.
Is Mickey able to get in here? If not, we will just go to our winner.
I just want to say good job on you, Hudson. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, good job yourself. Good
Okay.
race.
Cheers.
Mickey can't, so let's go to our winner, Hudman. What a drive, mate. You had a couple of moments there towards the start, but after that last restart, you just pulled away. Talk us through, obviously, like J-Man said, how you kept focus with all those restarts going on, and also just run us through your race in general.
Yeah, so basically the start was kind of a bit messy because of all the red flags, but that last restart, you had Frosty and he kind of held him up a little bit, so I gained a little bit of time, but no, it was a pretty good race, pretty fun. I was mostly thinking of taking the piss though, because I really needed to take a piss.
Yeah, just quickly, talk us through your battle with Kizzy. That was a really enthralling matchup there, and you managed to come out on top on the end. So, talk us through that.
Yeah, he kind of kept me honest, kept me on my toes. We kind of went back and forth when the DRS was there, but just got him, and yeah, really good battle, really clean racing. I like that stuff. Really good.
Yeah, good stuff. Congrats on the win today. And is that all we
Thanks,
got
mate.
for this afternoon, Lindsay?
Yep, because Mickey's thing isn't working, so that is it for your tier 2. And tier 1 is in an hour. I have no idea who will be joining you there, but I hopefully can get someone organised. I need to do that earlier before tier 2. Anyway, yeah, I'll see
Lots of
you
Survivor's going to be
guys,
insane.
Yeah, next week for tier 2. I don't know if J-Man